When some people think of self-love, they may think it sounds selfish or self-indulgent, but developing a loving relationship with yourself can be very important. For many aspects of your life, including your physical and mental health and your relationships with others, if you struggle with loving yourself, you may experience low self-esteem and low self-confidence, and you may have a hard time feeling good about yourself unless someone else is providing you with validation. Embarking on the journey to self-love can be challenging at times, so it may be helpful to consider a few strategies for cultivating self-love, such as being mindful, setting boundaries, and focusing on your happiness. Understanding the importance of self-love can help you make the right decision to prioritize your well-being and accept the reality that taking care of yourself is essential for a successful and fulfilling life. What is self-love, and why does it matter? People use self-love today to mean many things. Ultimately, self-love involves accepting yourself as you are and treating yourself with love, compassion, and kindness. Self-love is not dependent on external validation. Rather, it involves being aware of your worth and value as a person without the need for reminders or reassurance from others. When you love yourself, you take the first step in becoming your own friend. You treat yourself with understanding, forgiveness, and respect. Self-love is important because it can affect many areas of your life, including your physical health, mental health, and relationships with others. By practicing self-love, you can experience joy and peace, leading to a more successful and fulfilling story in life. Self-love can be hard to cultivate sometimes. Match with a therapist for support. Self-love can affect your physical and mental health. Treating ourselves with love can bring benefits for both mental and physical health. For instance, being kind to ourselves can lower anxiety, reduce stress levels, and help build resilience. And treating ourselves with love and cultivating high self-esteem can bring physical benefits as well. Research has shown that individuals with high self-esteem tend to be healthier, and those with low self-esteem. It can affect your relationships with others. When you love who you are and treat yourself with kindness and compassion, you may be more able to extend these same feelings toward others, while also being attuned to your own needs and boundaries. This can allow for healthier, more positive relationships. Research indicates that individuals possessing self-compassion display a more positive relationship behavior than those who lack self-love and self-compassion. How to learn to love yourself and improve low self-esteem. Self-love is not always easy. Many of us don't love ourselves and can be critical and hard on ourselves at times. As such, loving ourselves may take intentional effort and coincide with other journeys of personal growth. In this case, it may be helpful to consider some of the strategies below when trying to learning to love yourself more. 1. Try to improve your self-talk. Some people may grapple with harsh self-talk that is not loving and can even lower self-esteem. This could involve saying things such as, "I am not good at anything," "I can't do anything right," or anything else that tears them down. If this is something you deal with, you might want to try an exercise to fill your thoughts with more positive, loving phrases. For instance, you can decide to begin a journey towards a healthier mindset by writing down 10 things that you like about yourself. It could be anything, big or small. Maybe you're a great cook, you're a good listener, you're good at your job, you're a good friend, or you're a successful athlete or musician. Then, on a daily basis, stand in front of a mirror and read the list out loud. This may help you to start replacing some of the negative self-talk with more loving, positive ideas, and start to feel confident about your intrinsic worth. For another approach to improve your self-talk, consider trying the following. When you notice a thought about yourself arise, consider if you would think it about a good friend. Sometimes, many of us are harsher on ourselves than we would be on a friend. If you wouldn't say those words to a friend you love, you might not want to say them about yourself either. Set boundaries for your inner dialogue and practice self-love and kindness as you would with others. Positive self-talk isn't just good for our self-esteem. Studies have found that positive self-talk may be linked to improved cardiovascular health, lower depression rates, better coping skills during tough times, reduced risk of death from cancer, and more. 2. Practice forgiving yourself. For some, another aspect is that they feel they can't love themselves because they are holding on to feelings of guilt, blame, or shame from a past event or action, whatever that might be. But, as mentioned previously, a key piece of self-love is forgiveness. Loving yourself means being in control of your body, mind, and soul, and being able to give yourself a break too, just as you would a loved one. If this is something you struggle with, it might be helpful to start small. If you often blame yourself for even minor perceived mistakes, it may be worth practicing self-forgiveness for those first. For instance, you can try forgiving yourself for small things, like if you spill your coffee or forget something at home. These helpful tips may help you build the skill of self-forgiveness for any larger things that you're holding on to or that may rise. For other situations, it may be helpful to sit down and journal about the situations and the things that you are having trouble forgiving yourself for or letting go of. You can allow yourself to process certain emotions that you have from the situation, see the plain facts of the situation, and take responsibility as appropriate. As you read through what you've written, you may be able to see a new perspective and gain a sense of peace, though it may feel difficult to do. Forgiveness and letting go can be powerful forms of self-love that can extend into your relationships with others. After all, learning how to be compassionate and forgiving toward yourself can be taught, and it may allow you to be more compassionate to others as well. 3. Track your successes. Another way you can start loving and respecting yourself more is to track the successes of any size that you have each day. By keeping track of things you've done well, both big and small, you may be creating opportunities to celebrate yourself and recognize your worth. If you'd like to try this, you could try making a list at the end of each day of at least 3 things you have done well that day as a form of self-care. These could be anything that you count as a success. Maybe you were a good listener to a friend, or you made a healthy dinner, or you completed a good workout, or you gave a great presentation at work. Whatever the size, try to track it and celebrate it. By doing this often, You may find that it helps you to build your confidence and love for yourself.